Hi guys, it's me. It's been a super long time since I've posted a video, but I had the baby and his name is Waylon Shane and he was born June 20th at 5:55 in the morning. I'm going to be doing another video kind of updating on our life, updating on all the things that have happened since my last video. We've moved across the country, Aaron has a new job, all sorts of crazy things have happened with our family, and that's why I hadn't been making videos. But I wanted to post my labor and delivery story and just let you guys meet the baby. So here he is. He's sleeping and Desiree's by me too. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and tell you my labor and delivery story. This video is not probably going to be edited just because I don't have time, so I'm sorry if I'm saying or if I lose track of my thoughts a lot. And also I'm sorry I probably look super tired. I have no makeup on, I haven't showered or anything. It's all part of being a new mom. So anyways, he was born on June 20th at 5:55 in the morning. My mom had come to stay with me because where we're living now, we don't have any family close by. Aaron's mom and stepdad and my mom and stepdad live over 1,000 miles away. So my mom and sister came to stay with me since Aaron was out of town working, and they came and to stay with me on Monday, and he was born on Thursday after they got here, so it's very good that they came. He was born 38 weeks and 1 day, so he did come a little bit early, but not too early, and I think it was the perfect time to have him. I never got to the point where I was super uncomfortable yet. So I had him at just the perfect time. I think 38 weeks is a great time to have a baby because it's a little early, so it's fun, and it's you don't have to get to the end where you're so miserable, but he was perfectly developed and healthy. So anyways, I woke up on that morning let's start Wednesday. Wednesday I was completely fine, mostly the entire day. Wednesday we hung out at home, we went swimming during the day, and then that evening we went to a couple stores, had dinner, and then that night, right after I got done having dinner, around 7 or 7:30, I started feeling some tightening in my stomach, but that happens to me every night since I had been about 20 weeks pregnant or so, just on and off tightening, always starts around 7 at night, and so I just thought they were Braxton Hicks like normal. They were not painful, they were kind of evenly spaced, about 8 to 9 minutes apart, but like I said, this has happened to me every night since a long time ago. I had talked to my doctor about it. We had come to the decision that they were just Braxton Hicks contractions, and that's what it was. So I didn't think anything of it. We went for a walk. I think me and my mom went for a walk around 8 or 9 o'clock that night, and I still felt the tightening in my stomach, and it was starting to get a little more frequent, which it had never gotten much more frequent than 8 or 9 minutes apart. So I did end up going to the hospital on Wednesday night just to get checked out. I didn't think I was in labor. I didn't think I was going to have him or anything like that. But since Aaron was out of town, he was 6 hours away, I wanted to get checked out and just kind of see what was going on. When I got to the hospital, I was 3 centimeters dilated, but I wasn't in active labor. They told me that I was just having some mild contractions and that they weren't too close together. So they told me to go home and rest and that he might come soon and it might still be a while. They didn't, they couldn't tell for sure. So I still did not feel like I was in labor at all. I wasn't in pain. It just didn't seem like he was gonna come. I hadn't had any bloody show or my water hadn't broken, nothing like that. So I came home. I think we got home that night around 11:30 or midnight, and I took a shower and got ready for bed, and I laid down and went to sleep. Oh, really? I woke up at about 3 o'clock in the morning with really, really strong contractions. So bad that I couldn't even talk. So I thought, okay, I better go ahead and start getting my stuff ready. I didn't have my bag all the way packed, which is not a good thing at 38 weeks. So I started finishing packing my bag. And then I didn't want to go to the hospital too early because I didn't want to get sent home again. So even though my contractions were pretty painful, I just didn't want to go too early and then have to come home again, especially since my mom was sleeping. I didn't want to have to wake her up for nothing. So I just kind of packed my bag and then just kind of hung out and thought I'll see what's going to happen. I think by about 4 o'clock in the morning, they were coming really fast and really strong, and I thought, okay, I better wake up my mom. So I woke up my mom. My sister stayed here with Desiree. I woke up my mom and we went ahead and got our stuff ready to go to the hospital. I was originally going to drive, and then once I got in the driver's seat, I realized there's no way I can drive to the hospital. So we switched seats. My mom drove. Once we got to the hospital, we were in the parking lot and I could hardly make it to the door. I felt a lot of pressure. I felt just a lot different than when I had Desiree. When I had Desiree, my contractions never got to the point where they felt that strong. So I was trying to make it through the parking lot. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to make it in the doors, but I did. Once I got inside, the nurses kind of looked at me because I had just been there a few hours ago and I was only 3 centimeters without much regular contractions. So they kind of looked at me like, oh, she's back again. And that's exactly why I didn't want to go, because I felt like I had just been there. I felt kind of dumb for going in again. But so they put me in a room anyways, and the nurse started typing on the computer, registering me in, or admitting me, I guess you'd say. So she's typing on the computer, and I'm telling her, I feel like I need to have an epidural or something, and my pain was just crazy. But I didn't know how far I was progressed or anything, and I hadn't wanted to get an epidural. I wanted to go completely all natural. That's what I was planning on, but at that point I really felt just a lot of pressure down there and felt like I wanted some relief. I was also really tired because by the time we got to the hospital, it was well into the morning time. So the nurse said, okay, well, I have to finish admitting you, then we have to take a blood test, and then once that comes back, we can go ahead and get you set up with the epidural. As soon as she got done talking about giving me the blood test and then being able to do an epidural, my water broke. And my water never broke with Desiree. They had to break it, so I didn't know that's for sure what it was, but it was very, very hot, warm water between my legs, and I said, I think my water just broke. And at this time, I was just in the triage room, like the room you go before you have the baby, and I said, I think my water just broke. And she said, okay, let me check you. And I said, no, you can't check me, I have to push. And this was when she's still admitting me on the computer. She hadn't even hooked me up to a monitor yet or anything. I had only been laying there for maybe 5 minutes since I had gotten to the hospital. And I told her, I need to push. And I just felt all of this pressure down there, like I couldn't hold back from pushing. The pain was pretty much gone, and now it was just a lot of pressure. And she said, okay, well, let me check you. And she went to go check me, to check my cervix to see how far dilated I was, and she could not check me because his head was right there, crowning, ready to come out. So the doctor was not in the room. It was just this nurse. I wasn't even admitted yet. I hadn't signed any of my papers to be admitted or anything like that. This is a new hospital that we're going to since we moved, so I wasn't pre-registered or anything. And I just started pushing on my own. Nobody was holding my legs. Nobody was in there to coach me or tell me when to push. I didn't have a monitor on. I hadn't gotten the IV that they usually put in, just as standard procedure. I just started to push on my own because I could not hold it back. And I told her, I'm trying to stop, but I have to push. And she said, okay, well, do what you need to do. I have to go get the doctor. So I started pushing. A couple more nurses all rushed in. I did 2 or 3 pushes and he was completely out. The doctor never made it there. He was born completely all naturally, absolutely no intervention whatsoever. I was holding my own legs, pushing. The nurses were just running around frantically trying to get the warmer set up for him for when he was born, getting the scale ready and everything like that. So he was just born right to me. And after he was born, the doctor finally got in. The nurses let my mom cut the umbilical cord, and then they weighed him and did all that stuff and placed him on my chest. It was just the craziest experience because there was absolutely no intervention whatsoever. I mean, they didn't even, last time they coached me when to push with Desiree, they would tell me, okay, you're having a contraction, push now, and tell me how to do it. They'd say push, 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 and bear down and all of that stuff. And this time I did it all on my own because they were so frantically trying to get everything ready for when he was born in case anything was going wrong or anything like that. So I completely had him all by myself, and he just came out right there on the table or on the bed, and it was just the most amazing experience because I was so alert because I had no drugs or no medicine or anything like that. He was 6 pounds, 12 ounces, and only 18 inches long, so he was pretty small, but he was perfectly healthy. The only thing was he was having a little trouble keeping his temperature up, so he did have to stay in a warmer for a few hours after he was born. Come on, baby. Can Mommy see the camera? Okay. But other than that, he was completely healthy. The main thing that was really hard for me was that Aaron wasn't able to make it. I called him when I was on my way to the hospital and told him he needed to come. So he was on his way, but he didn't make it there until about noon that day. So like a while after he was born. But I was lucky that my mom was at least there and I wasn't all alone. Can you come sit here? She loves her baby. Is that your baby? Yeah. But anyways, he's 11 days old now and he's doing super good. He's perfectly healthy. The one thing is that the part that is underneath your tongue, the skin under there on his tongue, it goes all the way to the tip of his tongue, which made it too hard for him to latch. We couldn't get a proper latch, so I am just pumping all my milk right now, which is a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. Baby. Come over here. Can you sit on Mommy? So anyways, I'm pumping all my milk right now. It's a lot of work. Sit. But it's worth it and he deserves it. Desiree loves being a new big sister, and everything is going really well. I plan on making some... Honey, come over here. Sit. Desi. Mama. Come here. I plan on making some future videos really soon here. Like a whole life update. I feel like I just need to completely reintroduce myself since I took such a long break. But I plan on getting those videos out to you guys as soon as possible. Also want to make a video about exclusively pumping and some things that I've been doing to keep my supply up and all sorts of stuff like that. And then I also want to do some weight loss videos. I did gain 53 pounds, I think, during my pregnancy, which was quite a bit. So I want to let you guys know how my weight loss is going and everything like that. But those will all be videos in the future. Over here. Right now I just wanted to let you know that he's here and that we're all safe and healthy and we are loving being a family of 4. So thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. Otherwise, hopefully I will talk to you in a few days. Bye guys.
Hi guys.
Say bye-bye.
Bye bye.